Just about every business these days, regardless of its size, is engaged in digital marketing. Same for nonprofits. When it comes to digital marketing, the guy we turn to is Rich Brooks from Flight New Media here in Portland. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
So let's start with the basic definition. When we talk about digital marketing, what does that mean?
Very simply, it's just the marketing that businesses and nonprofits do online to grow their audience. And includes like websites, search engine optimization, social media, digital ads, email marketing, basically any way we're connecting with people online.
Obviously, this is an industry with enormous change. It's constant innovation happening all the time. How are businesses adapting?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, and this year has been more challenging than most because obviously the big thing is AI, artificial intelligence. And this is something that you and I have talked about on the segment before, what a big impact this is having. But in digital marketing, we have tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney now that companies are using to create new content, come up with new ideas, write entire blog posts and emails, and struggling with what we can do and what we shouldn't do necessarily, as well as a lot of the tools we've used all along, like MailChimp and Canva. They are starting to bake AI into these tools, and we're having to learn how to use those as well. And in fact, LinkedIn now has an AI tool they're rolling out that will write all your LinkedIn posts for you, which not really my favorite thing to hear about. I'd like to create my own, but still.
Well, as the technology expands in so many ways and so rapidly, concerns about privacy become ever more paramount. How are companies addressing those concerns?
Yeah, it's a great point because both there's been public pressure as well as legislative pressure to kind of rein in Google and Facebook as kind of the poster childs for this, to protect our data. And as a human being on this planet, I'm actually really excited about not having all my data out there for these big companies, but also businesses did rely on that. So businesses need to find a new way to be able to connect with their customers, and usually what we're telling people is to spend a little bit more time on the content you're creating, and also to build an email list of opt-in subscribers, and even these days SMS lists of opt-in subscribers, so you can keep those channels of communication open regardless of what happens with the privacy laws.
You've been doing this for a long time in your business, so you've seen what works, maybe what doesn't work. What are some of the mistakes that businesses make when it comes to digital marketing?
Are you calling me old?
No,
No, you're experienced, I get it, no. So I think the biggest thing is people just jumping in without any sort of plan. Oh, they're doing Facebook ads, I should do Facebook ads. Oh, my competitor just built a new website, I should. I think the biggest thing is just spending some time up front to understand what makes your business different, what makes it remarkable. And once you've kind of identified that, then what channel should I be using, where should I be advertising, who's my ideal customer, all starts to fall into place. So really spending that time up front and creating a strategy before just throwing money at the problem.
After a 3-year hiatus, you are bringing back a project that you've had for many years now. It's the Agents of Change Digital Marketing Conference. It'll be happening in early October in Portland. What's going to be new this year? What's different?
Thank you so much for that. So yeah, we're bringing it back, very excited about the Agents of Change conference. Some of the new topics we'll be tackling are AI in marketing. We're talking about Google Analytics 4. We're talking about neuromarketing, which is kind of like the scientific and psychological approach to why do we do the things we do and why do we buy the things we do. So those will be some new topics, but and we're in a new space. We're in Aura, beautiful space in Portland on October 4th. And then, we're also still bringing in speakers from around the country and, even Canada coming in this year to share some of their latest tactics on what works and what doesn't work. And people can learn more and also deep dive workshops at our website, theagentsofchange.com.
All right, the information's all there. Rich, thank you so much, as always.
My pleasure.
Stick around, back with more of 207 right after this.